hi, hello, and welcome. I'm Court. This is Reading with Court, and I'm here with another reading vlog. Today we are going to be doing Spinner Wheel Picks My Reads. So I have my wheel over here with a bunch of books off of my owned TBR, and I'm going to try to read down as many as I can in the next week. So hopefully it's a good time and I get to knock some of these books off my list. But after this, I'm going to put a clip of me spinning the wheel, and then I will see you when I have an update on how everything's going. Okay, let's see what our first book of the vlog is going to be. We will be reading Dating Dr. Dill. Hello, I am here with a almost 50% update. So I am reading Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. This is a retelling of Taming of the Shrew from Shakespeare, and I'm having a pretty good time so far. So this is a romance, and it's kind of like a rom-com-y, arranged fake dating, enemies to lovers, all the vibes really. So there's two main characters, Karina and Prem. I'm probably not saying either of those correctly, and I do apologize for that. But they are two Desi people in their 30s, I believe. And she's a lawyer, he's a doctor who is also one of those like Dr. Oz type TV doctors. And there's this whole thing where like he's a heart doctor who doesn't believe in love, and he is both. Nope. They are both required to like find their person to get money for a project that is very important to them. She wants to buy her family home, and he wants to start a health center to help Southeast Asian people, or South Asian people in general, get health care that they desperately need because they're not taken seriously in the healthcare system. And the book is a very good insight into like Indian culture, and as you can see, I am not. So it's a really good way to like read it in a way that's not reading a nonfiction text, in a way that's giving me a lot of insight into a world that I really wouldn't know much about. And obviously taking all of that with like a grain of salt because it is fiction, but I think it's very important for people to like take in stories from cultures that are not their own. And that's kind of what I'm doing here, and I'm having a really good time. I plan on continuing to read this and exploring these characters and seeing what they get into. And when I was putting this book on Goodreads, I found out, in a not at all shocking twist, it's apparently part of a series. So there are two other books that I believe are also probably Shakespeare retellings from the Indian culture point of view. And I'm really excited to keep going with this book and then further along in the series as I read. But that's all I have for you for right now, and I will probably be back when I finish the book, unless something like major happens and I need to share. But happy reading. Hello, I'm back, and I have finished my book. I'm holding it weird because I didn't realize how big a part Taylor Swift played in this until I got to the end, and there was literally a Taylor Swift playlist for the characters. But so this was a really good time. They started, like I said before, it was a fake dating, enemies to lovers. He believes in science, kind of. She believes in love. And there's really no universe in which the two should cross paths or whatever. But the way that they told the story, and they both kind of realized, oh, you're it for me, like, as time progressed. It was really good to see, and it was good to see the way that these characters worked together and made their story their own, and didn't let the other people in their lives determine, like, how they felt or what they were going to do. And yes, everyone had an opinion and wanted to share their feelings about the relationship and what they should do and what was the best choice. But in the end, it was up to Karina and Prem to make their decisions on their own. And the third act conflict didn't feel like something that was just thrown in there to be a third act conflict. There was a moment I got really scared that we were going to have the classic romance trope of party one overhears party two talking with their friends and hears a sentence that they took the wrong way, and then they leave and miss what was actually being said. And thankfully that did not happen. So that was a nice relief. Um Overall, I'm going to go with a 4-star rating for this book. It was really, really good. I liked the writing style, and I am looking forward to continuing in the series. I don't have a lot of like Shakespeare knowledge beyond Romeo and Juliet, so the fact that this trilogy is based off of other Shakespeare stories, it's a really nice shift in storytelling and gives exposure to different areas, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm not going to do that now, obviously, because, we're doing physical TBR spinner wheel for this vlog. But it's definitely a book that is now on my priority list that wasn't on there before. But next clip you see is going to be me spinning the wheel to pick my next book. All right, here we go. Spin number 2. Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So for this update, you are getting fresh out of work, exhausted, didn't feel like wearing my hair down court. So, hello, this is me when I look bald. So I am 31% into Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And I'm enjoying it. It's been taking me a while to get into because this past week has been super stressful in terms of life. I wrapped up my summer semester 2 hours ago. I have been working so much for actual work because I'm going away tomorrow and I'll be gone for a week, so I needed to make sure that my classroom was all situated and that they had enough stuff to do throughout the week while I'm gone. And yeah, for you there has been no time passing, but in reality it's been almost an entire week since I last updated you. But Bride, back to the point of the video. I'm like 10 chapters in, I think, and I wasn't sure how I felt at first because I kind of felt like she was just making her own rules, which is fine and valid, but it felt like there was a lot of focus on explaining the rules in the world in a way that, like, it didn't really add too much to the story, in my opinion, from what I remember, because I read this like a week ago. But I remember just being like, okay, what's happening here? Why? What is the story? But now we're starting to get into like the meat and potatoes of the story. We're learning more about the characters. There's a really cool mystery aspect that I wasn't expecting from not only a paranormal romance, but from Ali Hazelwood in general. So I'm curious to see where this goes and to keep going with it. And I'm hoping to finish it tonight or tomorrow, and we'll see what that means in terms of updates, because I might not be able to give an actual update until I'm back from my vacation, but we'll see. So that is the 30-ish% update, and I'm gonna go keep reading because I'm finally in a place where I can. So see you soon. So for me, it's been over a week since I last talked to you. For you, it's been about 0.2 seconds. I just spent the last week working at a summer camp, and it was the best week of my life, but I did not read a single page because obviously I was more focused on making sure my campers were functional and having a good time. And anytime I had a chance to read, I was asleep before I grabbed the book. But I've been home for like a day and a half now, and I've been reading, doesn't look good on that side, I've been reading more of Bride. So I meant to update at 50%, and then I realized I updated at 30, so it felt a little soon. And then I was gonna update at 60, and then I got caught up in the book. So we're at like 72% right now, and I'm hooked. Lo and Misery are very interesting characters, and hearing Ali Hazelwood's like additions essentially to vampire and werewolf lore is kind of cool. I'm definitely enjoying it more than I expected. I don't know what I thought going into it, but I'm I'm having a blast, and I'm probably going to finish tonight. I'm currently on sprints and trying to get as much reading done as I can before I go back to work tomorrow, because it's currently Sunday. But yeah, so I'm living my best life right now, catching up on this book, and I'm very invested in the character relationships. I'm invested in the mystery of it all, and we just started getting like a lot of hints toward the mystery and how it's going to end up resolved. And I'm so excited to see where that goes and where we end up, and if we get a resolution to this mystery, or if this mystery is supposed to be part of the overarching, I don't even know if that's what you say that, but, or if the mystery is supposed to be a part of the, like, overarching duology, because we are getting the second book later this year. I don't know. What I do know is I am glad I got this book from Aardvark. I will probably get the sequel from Aardvark when it comes out, because usually I don't care if my books match, but if it's possible for me to have them match, I'm gonna do it. But that's where we're at. Bride by Ali Hazelwood, my second book of this vlog that I've been doing for the better part of this month, to be honest. But it's such a good time, and it's a good book. I love Ali's writing. She is for sure an auto-buy author for me. And I'm not quite at 5-star feelings yet. The book was a little slowish in the beginning, and I was confused a lot. But the rest of what I've been doing, we're definitely teetering in a very high range of ratings. Not that that matters too much. Like, I'm enjoying the book either way. But here we are. I'm loving reading right now. And I'm going to go back to this book, and I'll be back when I finish it. Bye. Okay, so I have finished Bride by Ali Hazelwood. And the last 30% was absolutely insane, and I loved every minute of it. Like, I say insane in the best way possible. All the ends were tied up neatly, but not in a we're rushing to put it all together kind of way. Everything that Ellie was doing made sense. It fit the characters, it fit the story. There was a nice villain mustache twirl moment, is what I'll call it. And if you've read the book and remember the book, you probably know just about exactly what part of the book I'm talking about when I say that. But this was a good time. I really liked the characters. The only thing I didn't like about the characters was I don't like the female main character's name. I don't like that her brother is named Owen and she's named Misery. Like, either give them both crazy names or both normal names. Like, I understand the, like, rationale behind it based on what we got in the story. It's just a personal preference. The infamous nodding scene was not what I expected. And I don't know what that says about me. I expected to be a lot more freaked out by it than I was. I think the way it was done was very, I don't know, tasteful, for lack of a better word. This video is getting weird. Good thing I'm not monetized. But back to the book. I liked how the mystery ended up. I liked that everyone got their happily ever after. And I liked the preview of what's coming next. So all in all, for me, this book was 4.5 stars. Not quite 5, but not enough. Not issues, but issues is the word that's coming to mind to make it a 4-star. It was a really good book. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I'm trying to read all of her books this year, and I'm about not quite halfway there, but I'm doing a good job on my goals. But that's it for Bride. And the next clip will be me spinning that wheel so you can see what comes next. See you when I see ya. So at the end of the last clip, I said I was going to spin the wheel and read another book. But this vlog is becoming way too long as it is. So we are going to be ending it at 2 books. So in summary, what did I read? I read Bride and I read Dating Dr. Dill. Wow. Both very good times. I enjoyed them both. And I'm looking forward to doing more reading very soon. But thank you for watching this vlog. And if you made it this far but don't feel like chatting, you can leave a wolf emoji down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful time zone.